Shalom, I am Rabbi David. Today, I am going to reveal a financial architecture so ancient and so powerful that the modern banking system has spent centuries trying to make you forget it. If you look at the way the world operates today, everything is designed to keep you in a state of constant, exhausting motion. You are told to hustle 24 hours a day, to take on massive debt to buy things you do not need, and to remain permanently attached to the wheel of the global economy. The banks want you running on that wheel until the day you die. But the Jewish tradition holds a secret weapon against this system of financial slavery. It is a mathematical and spiritual code embedded in the very fabric of creation. I call it the 777 rule. This is not a modern productivity hack. This is the divine blueprint for wealth, rest, and absolute financial sovereignty. When you understand how to apply the power of 7 to your money, you stop being a servant to the economy and you start becoming a master of your own destiny. Today, I am going to break down exactly how this ancient code works, the profound Torah laws behind it, and how you can use it to build an unbreakable financial fortress. To understand the 777 rule, we must first look at the foundation of all Jewish time, the Shabbat. The Torah commands us in the book of Exodus, chapter 20, to work for 6 days and to rest completely on the seventh. For thousands of years, Jewish people have shut down their businesses, turned off their phones, and completely disconnected from the global economy for 1 full day every week. To the modern hustle culture mindset, this looks like financial suicide. How can you possibly get ahead if you refuse to work for a seventh of your life? But the truth is exactly the opposite. The Shabbat is the ultimate wealth generator. When you work 7 days a week, you are declaring to the universe that you are the sole source of your income. You are saying that if you stop moving, you will starve. This is the ultimate poverty mindset. When you stop working on the 7th day, you are making a radical declaration of faith. You are saying that the Creator is the true source of your wealth and that He can provide more in 6 days than you could ever produce in 7. And for those who are truly serious about accelerating their journey, for a limited time, I am opening the doors to the Torah Millionaire Business School for just $299. This is where I unveil the complete Torah wealth system. It is the full architecture of ancient wisdom applied to modern financial transformation. The doors are closing soon, so check the link in the comments. The first layer of the 777 rule is the weekly cycle. You must build a boundary around your time. The banks and the corporations want your attention every single day. They want you checking your portfolio on Sunday morning and answering emails late on Friday night. They want your mind permanently tethered to the matrix of commerce. You must rebel against this. You must carve out 1 day where no money is spent, no business is discussed, and no financial anxiety is allowed to enter your mind. This weekly reset does something profound to your psychology. It flushes the cortisol out of your system. It allows your brain to shift from a state of reactive survival into a state of creative vision. The most successful people I know are not the ones who work the longest hours. They are the ones who have the highest quality of thought. You cannot have high-quality thoughts when your mind is constantly vibrating with the stress of the marketplace. The 7th day is your intellectual and spiritual sanctuary. It is the day you remember that you are a human being, not a human doing. This principle of the 7th day also applies to the microcycles of your daily life. Just as you must protect the 7th day of the week, you must protect the 7th hour of your rest. The modern hustle culture glorifies sleep deprivation. They tell you that if you are sleeping, your competition is winning. This is a lie designed to keep you functioning at a low level of cognitive capacity. When you are exhausted, you make poor financial decisions. You lack the emotional regulation required to negotiate effectively. You become reactive instead of proactive. The Torah teaches that rest is not a luxury, it is a commandment. It is a necessary component of the wealth-building process. By fiercely protecting your daily rest and your weekly Sabbath, you are building a fortress around your mind. You are ensuring that when you do enter the marketplace, you are operating at peak performance, armed with clarity, focus, and divine alignment. Let me tell you about a man named Samuel. Samuel owned a highly successful logistics company. He was brilliant, but he was completely consumed by his business. He worked 7 days a week, constantly monitoring shipments, negotiating contracts, and putting out fires. He was making millions, but his health was deteriorating, and his family barely knew him. He came to me complaining of severe burnout. He felt like he was trapped in a prison of his own making. I told Samuel that he was violating the first layer of the 777 rule. I instructed him to implement a strict 25-hour blackout period every single week. From Friday evening to Saturday night, he was not allowed to touch his phone, look at a computer, or discuss his business. Samuel was terrified. He was convinced that if he stepped away for a day, his company would collapse. The first few weeks were agonizing for him. He paced around his house, desperate to check his email. But slowly, the rhythm of the seventh day began to heal him. He started sleeping better. He started having real conversations with his wife, and most importantly, his mind began to clear. During one of his blackout periods, while he was completely disconnected from the daily grind, he had a sudden realization about a massive inefficiency in his supply chain. Because he was not busy putting out small fires, he was able to see the entire landscape. On Monday morning, he implemented a new strategy that saved his company hundreds of thousands of dollars. The seventh day did not destroy his business. It gave him the clarity to elevate it. The second layer of the 777 rule is the Shemitah, the sabbatical year. The Torah commands in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 15, that every seventh year must be a year of release. In ancient Israel, the land was left fallow, and all debts between Israelites were completely forgiven. The text says, "Every seventh year you shall practice remission of debts." Think about how radical this is. The modern banking system is built entirely on the concept of perpetual, inescapable debt. They want you paying interest for 30 years on a house, 7 years on a car, and indefinitely on your credit cards. Debt is the mechanism by which they extract your life energy. But the Torah mandates a built-in reset button. Every 7 years, the slate is wiped clean. The spiritual principle here is that no human being should be permanently enslaved to another through financial obligation. The Creator owns the world, and we are merely stewards of His resources. While we do not live in an agrarian society where we can simply cancel all modern bank loans every 7 years, the principle of the Shemitah is absolutely critical for your financial strategy. You must apply the 7-year cycle to your own life. Every 7 years, you must conduct a ruthless audit of your financial existence. You must look at every debt, every subscription, every business partnership, and every investment and ask yourself, does this still serve my highest purpose? You must actively work to eliminate consumer debt within a 7-year window. You must release the obligations that are draining your energy. The banks want you to accept debt as a permanent condition of modern life. You must reject this lie. You must view debt as a temporary emergency measure, not a lifestyle. When you adopt the Shemitah mindset, you stop accumulating liabilities and start accumulating freedom. You begin to structure your life so that every 7 years you experience a massive leap in your net worth and your personal sovereignty. This 7-year audit must also extend to your professional relationships and your career trajectory. The Shemitah year was a time when the land was allowed to rest and regenerate its nutrients. In the same way, you must periodically allow your career to regenerate. If you have been doing the exact same thing in the exact same way for 7 years, you are likely stagnating. You must use the energy of the seventh year to pivot, to learn a new high-income skill, or to completely reinvent your business model. You must be willing to let the old methods lie fallow so that new, more profitable ideas can take root. The fear of letting go is what keeps most people trapped in mediocrity. They cling to what is familiar even when it is no longer profitable. The Shemitah principle teaches us that true growth requires periodic release. You must have the courage to let go of the good in order to grasp the great. Consider the story of a woman named Miriam. Miriam was a talented graphic designer who had built a successful freelance agency, but she was drowning in a complex web of financial obligations. She had high-interest business loans, expensive software subscriptions she rarely used, and a lease on a fancy office space that was bleeding her dry. She was working incredibly hard just to tread water. I introduced Miriam to the concept of the Shemitah cycle. I told her that she needed to declare her own year of release. We sat down and mapped out a brutal, uncompromising plan to eliminate every single piece of toxic debt within 12 months. She broke her office lease and moved her team to a remote model. She canceled every subscription that did not directly generate revenue. She took all the extra cash flow and aggressively attacked her high-interest loans. It was a painful year of restriction, but it was a necessary purification. When she finally cleared the last of the toxic debt, the transformation was incredible. Without the massive monthly overhead, her profit margins exploded. She was no longer working to pay the banks. She was working to build her own empire. By applying the principle of the seventh year, she released herself from financial slavery and stepped into true wealth. The third and final layer of the 777 rule is the Yovel, the Jubilee year. The Torah commands in the book of Leviticus that after 7 cycles of 7 years, 49 years, the 50th year is declared a Jubilee. In this year, liberty is proclaimed throughout the land. All ancestral property that had been sold is returned to its original owners. All Hebrew slaves are set free. The Jubilee is the ultimate economic reset. It ensures that wealth does not become permanently concentrated in the hands of a few, and that poverty does not become a permanent generational curse. The spiritual message of the Jubilee is that true wealth is generational and that the ultimate goal of money is liberty. How do you apply the Jubilee principle today? You must think beyond your own lifespan. The modern economy trains you to think in terms of quarterly earnings and monthly payments. The Jubilee trains you to think in terms of half-centuries. You must build a financial architecture that will outlast you. You must invest in assets that appreciate over decades, not days. You must focus on creating systems of wealth that will provide liberty for your children and your grandchildren. The banks want you to consume everything you earn today so that your children will have to borrow from them tomorrow. The Jubilee mindset demands that you break that cycle. You must become the patriarch or matriarch of your own financial dynasty. You must build a foundation so strong that your descendants will never have to beg for a loan. This generational thinking requires a complete shift in how you view ownership. The Torah teaches that we do not truly own anything. We are merely stewards of the Creator's resources. When you view yourself as a steward rather than an owner, your financial decisions change. You stop asking, "How can I spend this money to make myself look successful right now?" And you start asking, "How can I deploy this capital to ensure the freedom of my family 50 years from now?" This is the secret of the wealthiest families in the world. They do not build wealth to consume it, they build wealth to preserve it. They establish trusts, they buy land, and they invest in the education and character of their children. They understand that a fortune built without a strong moral foundation will be squandered by the next generation. The Jubilee is not just about passing down money, it is about passing down the wisdom and the values required to manage that money. Let me share one final story. A man named Aaron came to me for advice. He was a highly paid surgeon, making a massive income, but he had zero assets. He spent everything he earned on luxury cars, exotic vacations, and a massive mortgage. He was wealthy on paper, but he was one medical emergency away from bankruptcy. I told Aaron about the Jubilee. I told him that his current financial strategy was entirely selfish. He was consuming his wealth in the present moment and leaving nothing for the future. I challenged him to shift his perspective from a 1-year horizon to a 50-year horizon. Aaron took the challenge seriously. He drastically reduced his lifestyle expenses. He started funneling his massive income into income-producing real estate and long-term index funds. He set up trusts for his children. He stopped trying to look rich and started doing the quiet, unglamorous work of actually becoming wealthy. 10 years later, Aaron had built a portfolio that generated enough passive income to replace his surgical salary. He had achieved the liberty of the Jubilee. He was no longer forced to work. He chose to work, and he knew that the wealth he had built would protect his family for generations to come. Aaron's transformation was not just financial, it was spiritual. By aligning his life with the Jubilee principle, he broke the cycle of consumption that had kept him enslaved to his high-stress job. He realized that true wealth is not measured by the car you drive, but by the options you have. The Jubilee gave him the ultimate option, the freedom to choose how he spent his time. He started dedicating 1 day a week to providing free surgical care to those who could not afford it. He was able to do this because his financial foundation was secure. His wealth had become a tool for blessing others rather than a chain around his own neck. This is the ultimate promise of the 777 rule. It is not just about getting rich, it is about becoming free so that you can fulfill your divine purpose. The 777 rule is not a suggestion, it is a divine mandate for financial freedom. The weekly Shabbat protects your mind. The 7-year Shemitah protects your cash flow. The 50-year Jubilee protects your legacy. When you align your life with these ancient cycles, you step out of the chaotic, fear-driven matrix of the modern economy and into the rhythmic, abundant flow of the divine system. The banks do not want you to know this. They want you exhausted, indebted, and short-sighted. But you have the power to choose a different path. You have the power to claim your sovereignty. Tell me in the comments below which layer of the 777 rule you are going to implement first. Are you going to start protecting your weekly rest, auditing your 7-year debt cycle, or planning for your 50-year legacy? I read every single comment, and I want to see who is ready to break free from the system. If this video opened your eyes to the true architecture of wealth, subscribe to this channel. I am dedicated to bringing you the deepest, most transformative teachings of the Jewish tradition. Remember, you are not a machine designed to generate profits for the banks. You are a sovereign individual with a divine destiny. Act like it. Shalom, and until next time. But before you go, I know what some of you are thinking. You are thinking that you cannot afford to take a day off. You are thinking that you are too deep in debt to ever experience a year of release, and that planning for 50 years is impossible when you can barely pay this month's rent. This is the voice of the poverty mindset trying to keep you trapped. The truth is that you cannot afford not to implement these principles. The system you are currently using is broken. It is designed to keep you poor. The Torah's system is designed to make you free. It requires faith, it requires discipline, and it requires a radical shift in your identity. But the reward is absolute financial sovereignty. And if you are truly serious about accelerating your journey and applying these principles at the highest level for a limited time, I am opening the doors to the Torah Millionaire Business School for just $299. This is where I unveil the complete Torah wealth system, the full architecture of ancient wisdom applied to modern financial transformation. The doors are closing soon. The link is in the comments. I look forward to seeing you inside and helping you build the wealth you were destined to create.